Hello friends! Have you been on the front lines and all your friends have expired? So you need to recruit new blood? I got you covered. I'm going to show you how to easily cook up a feast and get some fresh recruits to aid you in your gameplay. In many ways, if you play games like Ark, you should have a basic understanding of how to do it. It involves the parts of food, of course, disabling and jamming the NPCs, feeding and enticing them to join you. Come on, my friend, let's have a look at... oh, we need to get that resource over there. Oh no, there's an enemy there. Oh, whatever. What should I do? Hello? Wait, come on. Come on. Do something. Him. Yeah, come on. Hello? Are you guys not friends? Attack. Active attack. Oh, yes. Oh, that's how we do it. Yep. Actively attack. Nice. Thank you very much. Well done, soldier. So first thing, you want to look at food. Every NPC that you want to recruit has a special favorite food. Normally it's 3 of them. Wild berries always work. They're kind of slow. You also have the roast meat, easy to get, but also slow. And then they have the third one, which depends on where you find them and which type it is. In this case, for the rocket guy, he requires spicy fish, which makes recruiting him much easier or faster, because he was found up here in the snow biome. We are here down at the sort of the start areas, and what we need is instead the barbecue. Restores fullness, blah blah blah. I don't eat them myself, but the way to get them is to make sure that you have your campfire or oven. Get some of your spices that you can find here and there, or you can get them through the raids. Get some meat, and then you craft up some barbecue. You do need some meat. Go kill some rabbits or boars or something, together with the spices, and you end up with your barbecue meat. Get a bunch of these ones. For one NPC, between 10 and 15 are enough. You also want to look at the jammers. You can make these simple jammers in your inventory just with some iron, ingot, tape, and shards, or you can make these pulse jammers, which are higher level that you unlock through your tech, and they require machine parts, electronic parts, and other shards. They are better, but you need to unlock them. So these ones are easier, these ones are better, and just work better. They take away more of the chaos. And we're going to pick him up for now because, well, we don't want him to go around and kill everything. And I'm going to head over to where we go to find the NPCs. And while those axe-wielding NPCs are around in those sort of small starter houses, there usually is one over there, there's one there. We're going to go for something a little bit better. So let's place down my trusted tank and head north. Now, the different quarries also have some gun-wielding people that you could tame, but nah. We don't want to get one of those. Bit too squishy. Instead, we're heading north here, and I'm now located here at J8, the keep or the Imperial Territory, which is actually a really good place to go because you can find these commandos, which are really good. You can also get the infantries, and there actually is... well, there's more infantry over there. We don't care about. There's actually a rocket guy that walks around here as well. We'll probably end up seeing him. The reason this place is good is because you can go and hide here. Let me just pick away some of the plants here because they just make it a little bit hard to see. Hiding is good because you want to make sure that you don't have too many of the enemies around when you're trying to, well, recruit them. So we're going to get rid of a couple of these. He's gone. We're gonna get rid of... oh, was that 3? Okay, let's... oh, there's the guy. And we're gonna get rid of him. We're not gonna attack the rocket guy. But this should be alright. There might be some other infantry that end up walking past. I did see them, but it doesn't matter. Now, you want to have a weapon that doesn't do too much damage, because these are fairly squishy. You see, it's got less than 500 hit points. So if you shoot him with a shotgun, and yeah, some people do that, they die. And you only want to bring them down to about 50% of their hit points. This is a good place, like I said, because you can hide here, and you can also go behind these containers, and they tend to not go around very much. So what we're going to do, we're going to tag him a little bit, and you see there he's got those handcuffs, which shows that he is in a tameable state. Then we're going to get this jammer, and we're going to toss it at him. And you might have to do it a few times. And if you're doing this with friends, it is easier because they hit fairly hard. And if you die, well, then you have to respawn and try again. Putting down, come on. Putting down, oh, come on. What you're trying to do is get rid of his chaos. There you go. Now you see he's in this subdued state, or rather, you've disrupted that chaos. So when you go into his inventory and you give him some of the food, and you have a look. Oh, there's an infantry coming up. Let's get rid of him. Probably one of those 2 infantry. But you look at him. You have his level and the stats and everything. We don't care about that, but we care about the chaos. The chaos is 3000, which is because you disabled him with that jammer, which is disrupting that. You don't really see. Oh, you see the red one. That's the one that is being disrupted. It's this control collar that everyone have. Some have around their neck, some have on their chest. So that's the chaos, and it's the green bar at the top there. Obedience is what you're trying to get to 100%. And the better food you have, in this case the barbecue, you can tell that he likes barbecue. You go into their favorite food and you see barbecue, roast beef, and wild berry. So we're going for barbecue. It means that this one is going to go up by 8% every tick. If you're giving him berries or meat, it's going to be 1 or 2, which is going to take a long time. You're going to have to keep on throwing the jammers because the chaos is coming back. Resonance is how well your taming is going, and the lower that is, the more the obedience will go up per tick as well. So now he's like this, and like you say, it's down to 2,700. In this case, I will not have to re-jam him. If the chaos goes down to 0, he will wake up, he'll be an enemy, and you're gonna have to start it over again to recruit him. So make sure it doesn't hit 0. If it goes to approaching 0, probably around 2 to 3 to 500, just throw another jammer at him and it will be replenished to 3000. But in this case, you see the obedience is already up to 16%. I'm just gonna run over here so I don't draw the aggro of any other NPCs that are walking by. Which is, again, like I said, why this is a really good spot. And the commando is an awesome NPC to recruit to your cause. If any other people walk around behind him, well, just kill them. Having a sniper is really useful. I don't want to go up here too much because if he sees me, he'll start with this rocket nonsense, and they are quite deadly and annoying. Make sure you keep yourself well fed while you're waiting as well. You don't want to starve to death while you're out here waiting for him to eat. And I recommend the tomato soup. And thank you Coco Games for sponsoring this video. If you enjoy survival, adventure, and games, here's another gem for you called Dysterra. It's an open world survival type of game which frankly has one of the best ease of building that I've run across in any survival games, and that is saying plenty. It can be played solo or co-op or even multiplayer. PvE, PvP, PvPvE, it is your choice. It comes complete with dedicated and hosted server options. You're fully covered. For being an early access, it's also really polished and has one of the best beginner tutorials baked into the gameplay to get people started on the game, which even has a full voiceovers with an NPC guiding you. It comes with a large map. You start in the beginner easy zone and progressively move inwards to higher in your areas to get better loot and in your quest to survive and thrive. With the Terrifier clock ticking down, will you get off the planet with your riches as the world burns, or succumb to the many dangers preventing your escape? Will you aid or hinder others fighting survive? You can band together to get off the planet, or you can just take what you can and leave them to their fate. Most survival games have unlimited time for a playthrough, but Dysterra has a distinct end where Terrifier consumes Earth. How long this is depends on the server settings as well as your in-game actions, which can speed up this disastrous event. or delay it to a degree. In the end, you either get off the planet or you live out your remaining moments as everything burns. It is available on Steam, and as of this video is 30% off. Well worth it in my view, and the link will be in the description. And eventually you'll see he will stand up, and that means that he's ready for you to get him over to your side. And what you need to do, you need to hold E and or F depending on what your keybinds are, and subdue him like that. And then quickly we're gonna grab his stuff, hold E or F, and recall him so that you actually pick him up, because he will get killed. There we go. And this is another reason why you want to clear out whatever is around here. Now I have rebound my F, which is to interact, to E, because this is a lot easier. But you see, all done. Let's go back home. NPCs are great when you're out and exploring, because it means that you don't have to be so alone. They will help you taking care of all these pesky enemies that are out and about. Let's see if we can get him to start attacking. The way to access him is to holding your Z key, which brings up this radial menu for different things. One, movement, follow, or moving. You can set him to go to a particular location, or simply to stand ground, which is good if you don't want to move around. You also have his range, and this comes to in both your follow range, is you're following near, mid, or far. Pursuit range, and this got to do with how far he pursues enemies, and I put that as medium. And then we have the alert range as how far does he notice and get alerted of enemies. You also have the target priorities. Do you go for those with high hit points or the ones at a shorter distance? Combat tactics, pursuing or stand guard, or attack mode, active, targeted, whatever. Oh, he took care of them really easily. In this case, I have it on active attack. You can also have a passive, so you will only attack if he gets attacked, or not attacking, or just targeted attacks if you want to have in a particular. So what I'm going to do, and what I often do, is that I pick up my trusted jackhammer, and I simply go to the mines and pick things up. And if there's anything else around here, like him, hopefully he will take care of them. In this case, he's got a fair bit of hit points as well, which means that he hopefully can take care of most of them. Some of these ones he might have some issue with it because they have shields. Everyone else usually fall really easily to his nice little gentle rockets, which means that you can go and get your ores in this case. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Or rather, I can get my ores. I mean, you always need this copyright. And it's more fun with friends. You have someone to watch your back. If you look on the left side, you can see the red bar, which is his hit point bar. He will take damage as he is fighting, but he does also recover hit points fairly fast. So normally it's not something to really worry about unless he is low level. He also has a satiety, or his hunger bar, which is the yellow one. Give him some food now and then. I usually just give him some berries and some grilled meat or something. You can give him barbecue, but you don't have to. It's a little bit more expensive to keep him fed that way. And as he gains experience, and he gains experience from killing things, or I'm going to show you the better way of getting experience from him. The more experience he has, the higher level he is, which means that, he will have more hit points as well. You see, he does take damage from everything around, so you do have to keep a little bit of eye on him as well. You can't just leave him to himself because he might die, and you don't want to do that, especially a higher level one. And there are some cases where, for instance, during raids, as you start to get infantry ranged enemies during your raids, you probably don't want to bring your NPC to fight because they tend to die really quickly. They also do follow you, just like that NPC. Is he gonna? Yep. He didn't survive. They will follow you, so if I go into my tank here, you'll see that he will follow my tank. Now, he's not as fast as a vehicle, so you don't want to leave him behind too far. Another benefit of having him, and let's walk up to him here, is that if you hit your interact, in this case E for me, he actually has an inventory bar, which means you can just drop him things if you feel that you're being way overcumbered, and go and mine some more, for instance. He's got quite a lot of slots here. As of yet, there are no talents in tech. They are working on that. There's also no way to level them up specifically in the different properties that they have. Right now, I think these are just placeholders. They are looking at allowing them to help you with your crafting, having different skills, being able to gather and do various tasks for you, but this is not currently implemented as of this video. It is something that I will be covering once they do, however. And how do you level them up? Because of course you want to level them up. Actually, pretty much any workstation that you have has a follower bar. And what you do is that, and I like to use my furnaces because you end up smelting a lot of things, which means that there are continual resources that are being crafted and giving experience. You can of course put an M anywhere else as well that you want, but I like to just load them up and I just go to town and just do my smelting. Really convenient. You put them in here and you hit activate. They do need food because if they get too hungry, they stop working. So you can have a look at them here. You can hit the commando. In this case, he's level 12. A little bit of information about the experience, hit points, and his fullness. And as things are smelting or crafting, he will slowly gain experience and gain levels, which will then increase his max hit points. Really, really useful. Make sure you keep him fed, however. And what I do when I log out for the day, I simply make sure I have plenty of food, make sure they're nicely fed, and then I just queue everything up so that they have some work to do. Fortunately, they will not die from lack of food, so you don't really have to worry about them running out of food and dying. But I normally don't allow them to roam around in my base. I tend to pick them up or have them inside the different crafting machines, at least for now, until they update the AI to perform tasks. I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and I'll see you again next time.